The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to John. Jesus said to his disciples, I am the true vine, and my Father is the vine grower. He takes away every branch in me that does not bear fruit, and every one that does he prunes so that it bears more fruit. You are already pruned because of the word that I spoke to you. Remain in me as I remain in you. Just as a branch cannot bear fruit on its own unless it remains on the vine, so neither can you unless you remain in me. I am the vine, you are the branches. Whoever remains in me and I in him will bear much fruit. Because without me you can do nothing. Anyone who does not remain in me will be thrown out like a branch and wither. People will gather them and throw them into a fire, and they will be burned. If you remain in me and my words remain in you, ask for whatever you want, and it will be done for you. By this is my Father glorified, that you bear much fruit and become my disciples. The Gospel of the Lord. Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
I think this last line that our gospel today really sums up the life of St. Teresa of Avila. So, by this is my Father glorified, that you bear much fruit and become my disciples. So she bared a lot of fruit in her lifetime, especially in the founding of many monasteries throughout Spain. The real reform of the Carmelite order, in fact, the main order of the Carmelites we know today as the Order of Discalced Carmelites, so the OCDs are that's her reform, her and John of the Cross, but honestly mainly her. Like, she really inaugurated this reform back to the essential elements of what the Carmelite order was built upon, which really is the contemplative relationship with Christ. And so then it's through that communion, through that remaining in the vine, united to the vine in deep prayer, deep contemplation, and prayerful relationship with Christ, intimacy with Christ, that then she could bear fruit. She could plant these monasteries, and then not even just that, the flourishing of the Carmelites today is a lot of the result of her efforts. So it all stemmed from her communion with Christ, her intimacy with God, and that's a lot of what we honor today, and is her feast day. One thing that always stands out with me in St. Teresa is her love for the humanity of Christ. She speaks of it often, speaks of Christ as a friend, but it's in relating to him in his humanity, like his flesh, his incarnation, the person of Jesus, that she can have that intimate relationship with. She would speak often of the Sacred Heart of Jesus and that relationship. So I think that's beautiful, and that helps us to relate to Christ and even relate to her. These big mystics are often kind of untouchable, but she's not. She kind of brings it to earth. So she really emphasizes relating to Christ in his humanity. And then where I find a lot of fruit in that is then relating to Christ in our humanity, right? And she may not emphasize that, but I don't doubt that it was part of the equation. But okay, Christ over here is a man, so then it's in my humanity that the two of us can meet up. And so not to make prayer just this lofty, mystical thing out in the clouds, but that it takes on flesh too in my own humanity. And so that this friendship with Christ is friendship as brothers, brother and sister. It's intimate in our person, in our personality. Now that's putting flesh on this game, that we can kind of relate to. And that's personal, because it's our humanity that differentiates all of us. So I think it's beautiful, and I think it's relatable, and it's attainable. And I think that's the beauty of it, is that it's just not up in the clouds, and she can get there, when she starts talking about prayer. It is very, whoa, man. But this relationship with Christ in his humanity, and then through our humanity, now I can relate to that, and we can foster that. So I just highlight that today. We don't want to just relegate her to the mystics. We want to bring her down to her level and our level, which is the human level. So may we really strive first for that communion with Christ, but may that communion with Christ involve our entire humanity, body and soul, prayer, work, all that in between. That's who we are, and Christ wants to relate to us in and through our humanity.